Thank you for listening to Right Jokes, Wrong Times. For the first part of the podcast, I was joined by my wife, Ashley. We started the podcast talking about what we had been up to. We've been listening to Ian Dior in some form tonight. Pretty much we've listened like featured songs are his all night.
That is true.
Yeah.
Including Mood.
It's like 11:56-ish right now on a Monday night.
On the dot.
We got to get up at 6:30 to
Don't say that.
get the kids up for remote learning and shit. Nice.
Another day, another dollar.
I wanted to talk to you about it's actually my current favorite joke right now. It's Pepsi Dick.
Yeah.
So do you remember like Pepsi Dick I love because you and I went out to a restaurant.
Was it Chili's?
I don't remember. No, okay.
It wasn't Chili's.
Mentally, we were sitting in a booth. I know exactly where it was.
That's why I'm thinking Chili's.
Okay. Mentally, I feel like it was Buttermilk Cafe. And I don't think that's right, but mentally that's where I picture it. So
no,
when
I don't think they had Pepsi.
Yeah, when I say that joke,
Yeah.
I picture where we sat at Buttermilk Cafe where you could like look and then see into the kitchen, you know?
Yeah.
But somebody came and like always, they asked for a drink order and you were like, Diet Coke. And they're like, oh, we don't have Coke, we have Pepsi. And you're like, like you always do. All the fucking time because you're
I used to.
huge Diet Coke person.
I used to be. I haven't had Diet Coke in I had that Diet Coke horchata the other day. But other than that, I haven't had a Diet Coke in months.
Baby, you're turning me on.
Stop.
We're recording NSFW, Jesus. No, that's awesome. I'm actually glad. I'm glad we both gave up soda. It's been like a thing that both of us have done. Tapatio. Wait, not Tapatio. Jesus.
Wait, what's awesome? You said that's awesome.
That you gave up Diet Coke.
Oh,
you
yeah.
gave up Diet Coke. I gave up sodas of various. I had used to drink regular Cokes. Then I switched to Diet Cokes and I gave them up. And we switched to Topo Chicos. I got Topo Chicos.
We weaned
switched up with
ourselves
Tapatio.
off Coca-Cola products onto another Coca-Cola product.
Damn.
They got us again.
Jesus.
They make damn good products. What can I say?
The second you had that reaction, for whatever reason, I've realized that when I write jokes, I jump to extremes. So if somebody tells me a funny idea, I'll immediately make it in my mind about sex or about race or gender. I just put it under these huge microscopes where you can see how ridiculous something is. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean to, but I just do naturally. And I jumped to sex. I was like, oh, that'd be funny if in the bedroom, if I had Pepsi, you know? And I remember
yeah, I'll do.
So I remember I told you at the time and you were like, I don't remember what your reaction was. Did you laugh at it? Do you remember?
I think I kind of was like, yeah, I could see how that could be the reaction. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it just, you can relate so much to it.
Yeah.
I think even if you've never had that, you can picture what that experience would be like. Basically. When they bring Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi, you're just like, oh, yeah, nah.
The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about with that joke was a tag that you helped me write that I was told it never really got laughs and I kept doing it. But I basically used to have this thing about Dr. Pepper. And it was because for whatever reason, you kept getting offered Dr. Pepper when you would ask for Coke. They'd be like, oh, wait, no, what was it?
No, yeah. When I would ask for Diet Coke, they're like, oh, we don't have Diet Coke, but we have Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That tastes nothing alike. One tastes like medicine and one tastes like heaven.
Yeah. Well, I don't even okay, if you have Diet Pepsi.
Yeah.
Okay, say we have Diet Pepsi, but to jump to a completely different soda.
Exactly.
Stupid.
It's in the same family.
We have Diet Mountain Dew.
I get Diet Pepsi. It's like the rival.
Yeah, we have Mountain Dew. You didn't even go diet.
Oh, Mountain Dew's awful.
Can you imagine the headache you would get? So, okay.
It's such crap.
You and I.
Sinners for that one.
Imagine this. You could feel this. If you and I chugged a can of Mountain Dew and had to run a lap on a track as fast as you could.
I don't think I could even chug a Mountain Dew to begin with.
Hey, speaking of chugging.
Yes.
While I've got you here in our house.
Yes. This house.
Where we sleep. Mm-hmm. You want to talk about the first time we ever shotgunned? Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. You set the scene. I want you on here with me, so set the scene for me.
Well, I don't really remember how we ever brought it up.
I think it was we were watching something and they shotgunned a beer.
Maybe.
It might have been the OC.
Maybe.
I think it was. And they shotgunned something and I was like, I've never shotgunned a beer. And you were like, neither have I. And I was like, let's do it. Or you might have said, I think you said, let's do it.
Yeah, I think I did. And I grabbed the wine cork.
Yeah.
In my strawberryta can
Fucking
Head out
strawberry.
the back sliding glass door.
Yeah. So the first.
What did you do? Or what was yours?
I did a strawberry, or I did one of the Ritas.
Yeah, they're both. They're
It
all.
was either
strawberry.
Limerita.
And then you did another thing, but I can't remember what it was.
I don't know. But I did not shotgun I mean, shotgunning is not respectable as is, but I did the.
It wasn't a Clamato, was it?
No. What if you just shotgun regular stuff? just shotgun a water bottle in the morning.
Watermelon seltzer.
Like you're in the office and you just pull out like a water bottle and take it down. Oh, that'd be the best.
Time for my next 16.9 ounce water bottle.
I mean, it's weird if you name how many ounces are in something exactly. Hey, Todd, could you give me that 16.9 ounce water bottle, please?
That is weird.
Todd, does that look like a 16.9 ounce? Jesus.
It's weird. I agree. Okay, move on.
Thank you for being on my podcast. This is weird. You hang up first.
No, you hang up first. No, you.
For this segment, I was joined by Justin Byers. I started by trying to get him to tell his DoorDash delivery person my joke.
Oh, dude, wouldn't that be awesome? DoorDash, I'm like, hey, man, do you think this joke is funny? And he goes, no.
No, not at all.
No, yeah, that's perfect because this is the bad joke segment.
Yeah, exactly. You get taken off of like DoorDash's customer list or whatever. They're not allowed to come back out to your house.
He leaves me 1 star.
Yeah, you have to suffer because of my joke. So
like, yeah, they blocked me.
I already hit record. We're already talking about it. So fuck it. Like we're already jumped into it. So I wanted to bring you on to talk with you about a joke of mine that was terrible.
All right.
I had this joke about Vans and I want to tell everybody how I wrote it. And then I'll let you take over from there, telling how you intervened.
How do I feel about your white Vans joke? I want you to say it first.
Okay. So I want to say how I wrote it first, if you don't mind. The way I wrote this joke was Joey had a mic out at the one that was like further away that you had to park in the dirt lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. Was that Main Street?
Yes, that was Old
Ice
Main.
House? Old Main Ice House. That's what it was. So I just bought some white Vans that night and I parked in the fucking dirt parking lot. And as I like set my feet down, the first thing that came to my mind was these Vine videos I had been watching where people were trying to protect their Jordans. And I was like, dude, I'm doing the exact walk somebody did out of this sand lot where they were trying not to crease the front of their Jordans, you know? So I walked straight into the open mic and I delivered a joke that was like, all right, it's been a long time since I've delivered it. So sorry. The joke is, oh fuck, what is it?
I think I know your joke.
Okay, you give it to me and so I can cringe at it.
Isn't your joke that white Vans to white people are Jordans to black people?
Pretty much, yeah. So I don't remember how I worded it, but yeah, that's like the crux of it. Well, I can't remember how I got into it. That's where I'm struggling. But basically, yeah, white Vans are to white people as Jordans are to black people. Like they try to keep theirs fresh and I try to keep mine privileged.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Yep.
That's the bit. But I gotta say, this is such a 3-dimensional joke, and I've seen you do this, I don't know, 10 plus times or so. And I remember I was telling you, I'm like, hey man, it'd be funny because you were like, I think I want to do like some like dances with it.
Yep.
And I remember we're at Jimmy's and just riffing the joke, and I'm like, man, you're like doing like you just stepped in dog poop, like moonslide type thing.
Yeah.
And then I saw you do it, and I immediately was like, well, that's not a good joke.
Oh, wait. So my moves were so terrible. You were like, he can't perform this joke?
It was such a fun joke to riff on. And then in action, I was like, you know what? There's something about this joke that is sour.
Yep. Okay. So that's how I always felt with that joke. And it almost like always comes up anytime that I reference race at all in a joke. Like, you know, I look like me. I have this hearty mustache. It like shit tends to get taken sideways sometimes. And I never felt like I could explain why that joke was funny besides those Vine videos. Dude,
Sure.
The second part of that joke that I trimmed almost immediately because it didn't work was like Vans are made for people who don't move. Like they stand on a fucking board. That's why they have no arch support. And like I started talking about how like there's no like white dudes, like there's no white dudes with like killer shoes. Like nobody's like, dude, I got to go pick up the new Doncic's. You know what I mean?
That is so true. That is so true.
Like, can you name a white dude's like killer shoes right now?
No.
I can think of Steve Nash's. They weren't cool, but I can think of his because I almost bought some, but I tried them on and they were terrible.
Go away, DoorDash.
Give him the joke.
I didn't. Hey, what do you think about this joke, my friend? He was like, dude, driving your Bill Millers here was better.
He takes it. I took the bite.
So actually, can I ask what was the point in the joke where you're like, I'm gonna stop doing this?
I did that joke one time, and I remember like not only was it was actually at LOL. Not only was like my heart not into that joke, I'd done it quite a few times, but in my head I was like, I can't explain why this is funny because I had trimmed it all the way down to basically what I had given you. Right? I had done like maybe like 3 or 4 other attempted punchlines after like that line that I gave you, but I trimmed it basically down to that. So you sat me down, you had like an intervention with me, and you were like, bro, you got to stop doing this joke.
I felt so bad, and I had to like get a couple like comics. I'm like, hey man, is this like fucked up to tell someone that like their joke isn't good? And Joey's like, is it Potter and is it white vans?
Oh no, Jesus.
And I was like, yeah, and he was like, yeah, dude, you should 1000% tell him. And he was like, trust me, dude, you got a joke like that too. He was like, if I see you do that peacock thing again, and I was like, damn it, right? And so then we sat down and basically felt horrible. I felt like I was like, hey man, your girl's with me or whatever.
I remember being like immediately defensive, but no, it's nice to have somebody that will sit down and be like, hey bro, like you're spitting hot garbage right now.
Dude, that heavy dumpster fire.
Yeah.
And it is interesting because there are elements of that joke that I do like and I enjoyed riffing it. But I think the final product of where it went, it was just not it. So I
think every time racism, damn it.
No, I don't even think it's the racism thing. I think at where we're at comedically in 3-4 years, that's gonna click again, and you're gonna have a new brain for it, and you're gonna be like, man, I wish I would have done this, and then you're just gonna do it, and you're gonna have a pretty good bit out of it.
Well, you know what I'm starting to realize, man? Like a lot of just from writing, there's so much shit that I've written that I know isn't funny that if you bring up in the flow of a conversation where it's in context, it's actually pretty funny. And like I've noticed that when you hang on to shit that you write, it's actually like it tends to work out pretty fucking well. You can kind of tag shit together that you didn't think worked before.
1000% agree.
I started the last segment talking about my plans for the last segment of the show. My initial plan with this podcast was every 10 weeks, then I would check in and talk about the new joke that I was writing, which last time was the one about Limitless. And to be honest, I've gotten on stage so little between now and the last time that Limitless has stayed exactly where it's at. I have nothing new with it. It's so raw that the last couple of shows that I've done, I knew how it would go. If I busted it out, it's not ready and it's not going to get some laughs. So I didn't. That joke is still sitting there and I still want to try and make it funny. I've had a few people like, hey man, when are you going to be on shows? And I'm like, dude, I am so fucking sick of explaining supply and demand to people that never come out to my goddamn shows. I love it. I just haven't been able to write like I would want to. Normally what I would do is I would have an idea, write it a little bit, take it to the stage, and really write it more once you get on stage and kind of see what works and what doesn't. And so right now, really all I have is a collection of damn near one-liners that I think are funny that I've told to people so I'm just going to give you a kind of stuff that's been making me laugh lately. I wrote this one-liner that I fucking love, but I don't know. It's actually, you know what? I wrote another one too. There's one that I wrote that I actually posted online. It's a joke that I love. A lot of people, it's like 50-50 don't get it. So the joke is, if threesomes are anything like group text messages, I think I'm just going to be left on spread. I fucking love that joke. I actually posted that online and like immediately deleted it because I actually don't like to post kind of like sexual stuff online, man. It kind of freaks me out. It's kind of weird. It's weird to post sexual shit online with like all the people that you know in your life. I don't know. The other one that I had was... Sorry, I don't mean to laugh at my own shit, but technically I have a load-bearing dick, but please no overweight chicks. I don't know why I find that so funny, but it crosses my mind every once in a while. I don't even have that preference or anything, it's just Jesus Christ. And then I've been writing a lot about music lately, man. Music, I listen to a lot of music, and I have like really fucking poor taste in music, and it actually came to a boiling point. I think because I have such poor taste in music, like I still listen to like a lot of white rappers. I don't even mean to. I actually got on this kick. I don't know how. Oh, actually, I do know how. So I can follow the strand. I listened to this one band called Our Last Night, and they did a cover of a Black Bear song, which got me into Black Bear. And then Black Bear got me into like rap a little bit. So I started listening to, at the time, I got a Apple Music subscription, and What's Poppin' was like at the top of the charts. So I was like, oh, I fucking love this song. So I started listening to Jack Harlow. And I actually usually listen to like rock music. I actually usually listen to like screamo, emo music. And Machine Gun Kelly, who's normally a rapper, came out with like a rock album. So just kind of like back to back to back, I kind of went like Black Bear to Jack Harlow to Machine Gun Kelly. And even though it's Machine Gun Kelly and he's like a rapper, this is actually a rock album. But, you know, a lot of people don't know that unless they actually listen to it. And a lot of people think it's garbage, and I fucking love it, man. I had this person was like, way too many white rappers. And I was like sitting there going through mentally in my head, and I was like, I can't even fucking defend. He's so goddamn right. So I've been trying to like broaden my my music horizons, man. Like to be honest, I've been swinging back into rap for the first time since I lived in California. When I lived in California, I used to listen to rap nonstop, and I just would never listen to rap around my dad because I knew he wouldn't allow me to. Very explicit rap. When I was in high school, my parents actually found a burned album that I made for myself through LimeWire, no doubt. And the first song on it was the Whisper Song by the Ying Yang Twins. And I still know every fucking word of that song. Every fucking word. I wonder if ASMR people love that shit. They're just all into that shit. Yeah, my parents found that album and we're like, you're never allowed to listen to rap again. And they took all my rap albums and basically cracked them like a bat over their knee. And I had to ask my friends for new music. That's how I got into screamo music. So now I'm swinging back into rap in a big way. I'm trying to write jokes about it. I wrote a joke that was so terrible that literally everybody I've told has been like, don't tell that joke. So I'm not going to tell it here. But anyways, man, these 10 weeks have flown by. And I hope the next 10 weeks that go by aren't as COVID filled, but whatever. The election's probably going to happen in the next 10 months. Yeah, fuck it. You're a fucking idiot. It's going to happen like within the next few weeks, you idiot. All right, I'm out of here.